Welcome to the WCW Fantasy Report. This is episode 28, and with you as always is your host Thunder. Now let's get things started with your 15-second week in review for week 7. Zack shits on the American Dream, Sharingan Shanghai's Jesus, Shanker saddle ponies, Crooks run from zombies, Bandits don't respect Cena, Cranes crack the foundation that Phoenix built. Now it's time for the fantasy news update with Dick Come Slurper. Dick, take it away. Oh yes, thank you, Thunder. Right before last week's games, a trade went down. The Crooks sent Eli Manning and Julius Jones to the Cranes for Thomas Jones. Yes, the brothers Jones were traded for each other, and to add to the synergy of the trade, Chan dropped Felix Jones. This Tri-Jones with a side of Eli deal really does explain how the Crooks got their name. But that's not all, as apparently the Phoenix Foundation felt like it was time to shake it up, pulling off 2 trades before the waiver claim Thursday. They sent Kevin Smith and Austin Collie to the Horsemen for Darren McFadden, Megatron Calvin Johnson, and the legend of Lambeau himself, Brett Favre. Then the Phoenix Foundation, faced with losing Chris Cooley for the year, turned around and traded LaShawn McCoy to the Bandits for Jeremy Shockey. 2 trades literally within minutes of each other. Could there be more to come? Now, I leave you with a glimpse of Trick or Treat gone wrong. The divisions begin to tighten up as the playoffs begin to come into focus. With some key divisional matchups on the horizon, we promise to continue with our mediocre coverage of all the action. It's now time for the Week 8 predictions. Mangekyo Sharingan versus John Cena. Team Sharingan slipped past the Jesuits by 1 point last week, while CJ's Cena team actually tied and lost via the bench points tiebreaker. However, things are looking up for John Cena, who will benefit from a full power running back trio of Gore, Rice, and Jacobs. Prediction? Cena's hard to keep down, and historically, just when you think he's beat, he finds a way to win. With Ocho Cinco out with a bye, Bob's squad will be without some of their main firepower, paving the way for the first of many John Cena wins on his comeback trail. Crooks versus Cranes. The Crooks are on a 3-game losing streak that has them in the bottom of the Bishop division, while the Cranes find themselves with the best record in the league and sole ownership of first place in the Bishop division. Prediction? With the return of Maurice Jones-Drew from a bye, and newly acquired Thomas Jones backing him up, the Crooks actually look to be a match for the Steven Jackson-Ronnie Brown combo of the Cranes. On top of that, the Crooks traded Eli to the Cranes, so we will see Manning versus Manning. The better brother will tip the scales in this game, as their trade a week ago will directly result in a Crook upset in the shootout of the week. Zombies versus Horsemen. Both of these teams find themselves struggling in the middle of the pack. The Horsemen took a tough loss while the Zombies pulled out a win. Prediction? The combo of Adrian Peterson and Reggie Wayne is always going to be tough to beat, but with the Horsemen sporting the newly acquired Kevin Smith, they have one of the most impressive, well-rounded teams on paper. I expect them to ride their free agency gold receivers, Miles Austin and Mike Sims-Walker, to victory in the lock of the week. Jesuits versus Shankers. The Shankers rode a horror performance of Deshaun Jackson to a win, while the Jesuits faced a devastating 1-point loss. Both teams are hungry and looking for a fight. Prediction? It should be a close one that could come down to whose star running back does better, Steve Slayton of the Jesuits or the Burner Turner for the Shankers. But I think the real difference maker will be Jesus' Colston Fitzgerald combo with a sprinkle of Matt Schaub, as his Jesuits ascend to the top of the division. UIW ND Frame versus Bandits. The Bandits find themselves in the midst of a 4-game win streak, but this week they'll face another first-place team, the Cicero, Zach's team of frames and stuff. Prediction? The bye week takes a very comical role in this matchup as the Bandits find themselves without 6 players, 4 of them starters, and Zach's team actually has 3 of their own guys out on byes, and all of them are starters. These teams may struggle to fill a lineup, but I think this is the week the Bandits' luck runs out, as Zach has just a few more viable options than Adrian's Bandit squad this week. I expect the King Cheesehead to lead Zach's team to victory.